Hello everyone. This video is explaining to you how to go about the tasks for Year 9 Graphic Design Art Project. This project is about a cereal box and basically talks to you about how to create a graphic design product using text, typography and character design. Breakfast cereals come in boxes, but graphic designers have to create a brand to promote the product for people to see as they walk past on the shelves. Like any product, it needs a mixture of text and image to sell the product. Breakfast cereals are good for this example because they are mainly aimed at children, and children enjoy bright colours, cartoon characters and bright lettering to sell the product. So most breakfast cereals contain familiar graphic elements that are similar and recognisable. Firstly, the brands such as Kellogg's, the name of the cereal, a background colour, a bowl, any offers, and then a cartoon character. So the bowl usually has the image of the product, the cartoon character is promoting the product, and the text links in with the character, and the colours all work well together. So here's an example. So this Kellogg's Sugar Corn Pops box has been arranged in a composition to show the bowl to the left hand side, the character with a long tall hat, and then the Sugar Corn Popped text towards the top left hand corner. There's also some other elements. There's a free offer and there is some information about the ingredients. Most breakfast cereal boxes contain familiar graphic elements that might have other things, for example a slogan. It might have a print in the background. It might also have some information about the ingredients and the content of the product itself. It might also have a catchy catchphrase, nutritional information and the weight. So let's have a quick look at how these boxes have evolved over the time. This example of some Kellogg's Fruit Loops, and on the left hand side this image shows what the box was like in 1965. You can see there it's quite simplistic, the character is quite flat, but it includes a mixture of black and white coloured elements and then quite bright coloured cereal box and bright photograph or painted elements. As we move to the 1970s, the red is a more dominant colour in the background, the character has become more pronounced and the box, the actual product, is sort of floating down from the top. There's also a yellow element offsetting the red, and the box has become more stylised. As we move into the 2010s, you can see there the box has become a little bit more advanced. So it's very similar in many respects to the 1970s one, but the element that is now improved the picture is probably the introduction of Photoshop. So the character looks more pronounced, it's more three-dimensional, and looks a bit more realistic. You can see there, as products have changed over the years, so have the advertising to sell the product. Graphic design is basically text and image to promote a product, and in this case it's the Kellogg's Fruit Loops. So we're going to be having a look at the brief itself. So the brief really is the thing which sets out the project. It gives you an idea about what to work towards, or what to work the parameters in which your project is going to be. So basically what you're going to be doing is producing the box, the character, for a new cereal. So a cereal company called so-and-so, because we don't know who it's going to be yet, is releasing a new brand of cereal called so-and-so. So for instance, it might be a cereal company named Kellogg's is releasing a new brand of cereal called Corn Flakes. The cereal contains no artificial flavours, is low in fat and is primarily aimed at children aged between 4 and 16. They would like you to design a fun and energetic design that will appeal to its audience. So that's basically what we're going to be doing over the course of this project. We're going to be looking at a cereal box, we're going to be creating our own character, our own bit of typography and our own brand identity. The first task is to research cereal boxes themselves. So the first place you obviously want to go maybe is the internet, or maybe into the cupboard in the kitchen. Have you got any already that you eat a lot of cereal? If you come from a large household, there's probably a few boxes for you to have a look at. Look at the different styles, colours and audiences that they aim their products at. Some obviously will be aimed more at adults and some will be more aimed at children. Which ones have you tried and which ones are your favourites? This does not need to be presented, but is always good to look at existing products and understand what has been produced already so that you don't end up with something that's already in existence. So you don't want to end up with exactly the same as Cocoa Pops or Sugar Puffs because that's already been done. The next important task is something which you actually then need to do on paper, and that's your spider diagram. So we're going to start to explore the possibilities for creating your own cereal box design. Graphic design is about promoting your product using image and text. Explore areas will be areas such as logo names, key information, possible characters, possible serial names, possible colours. So let's have a look at this in some detail. So possible logo names. I went for Halos or Mr. Brown's. That might be the logo or the brand. What am I going to use? Well, I'm going to need a character, I'm going to need a name, I'm going to need a logo, and I'm going to need a bowl. Then I've thought about possible characters which I could include. I've gone for a cat, a farmer, an alien, a cloud, a punk, a skeleton, an odd character, a dog, a scientist, the Statue of Liberty, and possibly a wolf. Possible colours to use: pink, green, red, yellow, orange, etc. Possible cereal names. So this is different to the logo names. So it's going to, for instance, logo names will be Kellogg's or Mr. Brown's. So it'll be Kellogg's Punk Loops, okay, for instance. So we've got Punk Loops, Bowl of Odd, Rice Crumbles, Father Crackles, Howling Like the Wolf, Liberty Flakes, Windy Cloudy Bubbles, Cat Flaps, and Skelly Chocos. So that is what I'd like you to do, is start off with your spider diagram. This can be done on an A4 piece of paper. You don't need to present task 1. That's just a little bit of research I'd like you to do to have a look at what's there already, either on the internet or in the cupboard, and then start off with your spider diagram. This could be a little bit of detail if you want to, it could be illustrated, but that's the first stage of your project, is your spider diagram. Okay, so good luck with that. Once you've completed your task, upload it to the Google Classroom for us to have a look at. Good luck.